Rodrick Swift, and boy, do I have the Swift sauce for you. Musicians Matters Podcast, live right here, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Wednesday on all digital platforms on Positive Power 21 Christian Media LLC. Let's go!
Welcome to another session of Musicians Matters or the Takeover Podcast. Greater in 2024. What about them 49ers? It's going to be an awesome Super Bowl. I have an awesome show for you tonight. I'm very excited. And just listen. I have Pete James Reggie Holmes is a native of Las Vegas, but currently resides in Atlanta, Georgia for the past 6 years. He was placed into a foster care system at an early age, and at 18 months, he was old, 18 months old, he was placed into a home of Willie and Mae Strong and retired military family and remained a family member to this day. Yes, to this day. He graduated from Palo Verde, the first graduated class in 2000, raised under, over, and around the church. He became well-rounded and respected in the church community. Minister Harry was a church choir director, a usher, a choir section leader, and a sound tech, and a food bank worker. And wherever his hands, like I'm saying it as now, wherever his hands, Mother asked him in 1997, Harry began his praise dance ministry and being the first male praise team dancer in the state of Nevada. Wow. And the COGIC local, state, nationally, and he still ministers today at the age of 43. Harry Holmes is an event specialist of 23 years, granting him the privilege to work with several high-profile clients. He also co-founded an event coordinator for the Las Vegas Black Film Fest. Wow. Alongside Miss Michelle, the festival founder. Harry, also the founder of Willie and Mae Strong Foundation. Lastly, is a friend, a confidant, and just someone easy to talk to with a listening ear. Yes, he is. That's why he is known as Slash, or Handle Your Business, Harry. Let's welcome Harry Holmes. What's going on?
Hello, everyone out there. Radio land, internet land, Christian mingle, and all of those good things around the world.
Praise God. I love it. Family, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a native. I'm raised in a foster care system, but unfortunately, I was raised in a good family.
Yes.
So that is what caused me to start the Willie and Mae Foundation. Basically, the foundation is still in the structuring stage, but I do have all of the licensings and all of the legal paperwork to run the foundation, but there's still simply some things that I have to get into place before I could actually fully launch it. But it's for young adults that are getting aging out of the foster care system that don't really have all of the necessities of knowing how to wash clothes or how to pay bills or, just those different things are just thrown out of the system without those learnings because they've been bounced from facility to facility. Which also pushed me into the field as the lead flight attendant for National Airlines just before 9/11, which pushed me into what I do currently today as an event specialist. So what we call an event specialist is basically I go from A to Z. I decorate, I sweep floors, I wash toilets, I host, I talk to people, I make you feel comfortable, which bonded the relationship that I have now with Miss Michelle, who is the founder of the Las Vegas Black Film Festival. It's very strange how she and I met. She actually worked with my father, and I didn't know it. And I was doing an event, and I came up to her. I said, I'd like to do your background and do some work with you. She was like, okay. And she put me to work. Some people give you the runaround and, okay, well, I'll call you and we'll see how this goes. No, she said, no, okay, you come to me. I'm going to put you to work. So she put me to work. And one event, I was breaking down and dropping some things off at my parents' house. And she said, Mr. Willie, your daddy? I said, yeah. She said, that's my work husband. I said, oh, my God, what a small world.
Look at God.
And our relationship has grown from there. Being a co-founder and working with her, we are now going into our 11th annual Las Vegas Black Film Festival, which is April the 18th through the 21st in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Suncoast Hotel and Casino. If you are a filmmaker, songwriter, written, produced, and let me backtrack just a little bit. Our festival is based around the African American arts and creativity. So if your film is produced, lead actor, actress, written, directed by an African American individual, our festival will accept you. It could be written by someone of Chinese descent, but they have a lead African American actor. We want your film. We are a international festival. During the pandemic, searched correctly, we were the only festival in the world who had in-person and virtual and not one COVID contraction.
That's right.
We were under severe scrutiny. We had watchful eyes on us, and we pulled it off for 2 years straight under COVID regulations, and not one person caught COVID or went home saying, I got COVID from the Las Vegas Black Film Festival. Now, granted, our festival is very unique because everything is centered in one area. So if you go to some of these other festivals and your base location is at, for instance, let's use Las Vegas. We took our festival away from the Strip so individuals will get the full advantage of our festival. You don't bounce around all over the city trying to get to different venues where your film or your items are at or being viewed at. We are at one central hotel, which is the Suncoast Hotel and Casino. It's in Summerlin. Everything is in one location. We have amazing workshops. We have parties every night. We have a signature event, which is called the Actors Showdown. It is like none other. So the participants sign up, they register, and we have a certain amount of slots. And they get into a makeshift boxing ring, and they have to bring a 2-minute monologue. And so within that 2-minute monologue, you have to bring your best.
That's right.
And so what a lot of individuals don't understand is the concept of being from stage to film. And that's what our festival shows you, is how to go from stage to film. And it's not just individuals who, who write and produce film, but it's also your actors. We have a wide range of categories that we judge in. We judge in music scores. We have animation. We have music videos. We have from script to screen, people who want to take their scripts and put them on screen. We have categories for that. So we have well over 25. I'm gonna just lowball it at 25, but we have a number of categories that our festival reaches. And so that all ties into branding. Miss Michelle and I work very diligently throughout the year. We come out of the festival. She rests for about 30 days, and sometimes not even 30 days before she turns around and heads into the next festival, which puts me at a different advantage because I'm in Atlanta, she's in Las Vegas, and we make it work. We plan out all throughout the year. Me and Miss Michelle we have an amazing bond. We talk on a regular basis, trying to make sure that this brand for the Las Vegas Black Film Festival is very well tight and well niched. Then that also puts me into working with you, Rodrick. For those of you who don't know, Rodrick is my cousin. And he has called me, I think maybe twice, several times, but we had some recent occurrences where he needed to switch some things around at the last minute. And I said, well, give me about 45 minutes. Right. And I made 2 calls, and he was able to produce what he needed to pre-produce. And so what I mean by, and I don't mean to toot my own horn, and I don't like to use the word humble once I found out what the word humble really means. Mm-hmm. I'm just really strategic about the individuals that I place myself with and how I represent myself, because you'll never see me walk out the house in, sweats and a T-shirt and looking scruffy. No, I come out, present myself ready at all times, because I never know where I'm going to meet someone, who's going to be that next person that sets me high above where I am now. And that's what I try to instill in Rodrick is taking everything to the next level, how to manage yourself, how to put yourself out there, how many times a day you actually need to post in order for your things to get seen and heard. So I'm going to stop talking. I know Rodrick probably has a ton of questions for me, or for individuals who might want to find out more about the festival, find out more about what I do. So go ahead, Rodrick. I'm going to let you take over.
I'm just very excited just to let the world know we're reaching over like 540K right now, listeners. And at this time, I'm letting everybody know that my cousin, Harry Holmes, is now my event coordinator. He's been with Drummers United Music Arts Fest and Musicians Matters ever since we started at Freshman Ministries. So he knows how my heart is. He knows what I ask for, and he knows how the ball rolls. So I really thank you for just making things happen for me on that event on last year. I did not know how it was going to happen, but it happened. Let's put it like that. And I thank God for you just calling and putting in listening ear for Cornerstone to open their doors at the last minute. That was a blessing, even though I knew them, but that was off the charts. I really appreciate you for that.
Yeah, they are. Pastor Latina is absolutely amazing. She is another one of my dear friends. I have done a lot of assisted her and Katrina, her sister, with some of their branding, with relaunching a lot of things that Pastor Latina has for Cornerstone and her personal life, and also assisting Katrina in a lot of things that she does. She'll call, and it's always a pleasure to be able to be available to assist others in need. And I am very big on support, and a lot of people think support is a financial thing. Oh, you got to have money. Oh, you got to have money. Oh, you got to have money.
Right.
No, you don't always have to have money in order to support an individual. I've worked with Pat Pennington in Las Vegas. She does the gospel brunch on the Strip at Mandalay Bay on Sundays, and the pleasure of just she had lost her brother, and he was her assistant and different things of that, and they were performing at forgot what the thing was. It was downtown, a big cultural stage thing, and my best friend Tiffany and her group were her dancers, her praise dancers, and she just needed that love and assistance. And I just said, Pat, what you need me to do? And she said, oh, well, I'll be okay. I just, and I said, no. And I went in there and I fixed her hair. And not only do I do just drapery, I step in and I do makeup and I do hair and wardrobe and different things of that nature. So it's currently making myself well-rounded and available. And it also goes back to saying that it doesn't take money. Sometimes people just need you there, just to have to look out across the audience, or be able to step in and say, Rodrick, what you need? Okay, I got you. Don't worry about the door. I'll handle your tickets. Or always having a trustworthy spirit and demeanor and or disposition about yourself, where people want you around and love to have you around, no matter what the situation is. So branding is also a big thing in being a great supporter of others, whether it be mentally, physically, financially. Support is a huge part of branding, for the most part.
Yeah, let them know about far as of when you started your brand and how you got to where you at this time, because what I mean by that, because let them know.
So my brand started by doing funerals. I would make silk arrangements, again, choir directing, being able to sing, backup singing, assisting with funerals and different things of that nature. That's where it started. But I could also say it started with my parents.
Yes.
My mother was a giver. She gave resentfully. She didn't have the artistic ability that I have. But
come on now, my auntie,
she can cook and she can give some instructions.
Yes, she can.
But I got the designing from my sisters.
Yes.
And one in particular sister who passed away actually 10 days after my father.
Yes.
I thought my world was ended. When I say ended, I thought my world was ended. But my brand came between those two ladies in my life. My father did play a great part, but branding myself and being available to step in and look at the things where the normal eye just sees the outside, I was looking deeper, almost like looking at an outfit, but I wanted to see what color the thread was.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Not just looking at the outer appearance, we're like, oh, okay, that's cute. But I'm looking at just the outside. I'm not looking at the details of if your eyeliner is, off, or if you got a couple of hair strays that's flying away. Those are the type of things that comes into the brand that I present is a detailed brand. I want to look at you from head to toe. I want to look at you from the outside in and the inside out.
Right.
I just want to be that support for you. And again, making myself well-rounded and being able to do hair, be able to do makeup, be able to do special effects makeup, being able to transform a house into a church or a church into a doctor's office.
Yes.
I have an IMBD. I have several films that I've worked on throughout the years working with Miss Michelle. And so my business with being an event specialist is well over 23 years, just about half my age. But again, it's just making yourself available and being able to pay attention to detail. The small things is what makes a brand work. My branding specifically works with looking at an event from A to Z.
Mm-hmm.
When I sit down with Rodrick, I want to walk through the doors. I need you to walk me through the doors of your event. Mm-hmm. So we walk in the door. Who are we greeted by? Who's taking tickets? Are they pleasant? Is their disposition great? How is the seating? Is the sound okay? I go through sound check. I go through green rooms, making sure you have the things that you need in your green rooms. I'm calling to check on you on a daily basis to make sure that you've gone over your checklist that I've given you, and the things that you've given me to do, I've gone over that checklist. So it's a back and forth procedure that takes place with making sure that a person's brand, because your brand is everything. And it is a true saying that your first impression is a lasting impression.
That's right.
And so if a person walks in and your brand talks about being elegant and radiant and vibrant, and they walk in and they see a dungeon and sloppy workers and people with attitudes and people snapping at you, and it's like false advertisement. It's like, okay, your brand says that you're this, but you're presenting this.
Yes.
And it's like, so who helped you plan this? Because this looked like it was a last minute get together, you know.
Exactly.
So
you're right about that. What's your biggest fears, cousin? Do you have any fears?
My biggest fear is not being able to finish what I started.
Yeah.
When I do an event, some people get on me, Harry, it's okay, the doors are open, it looks good. But no, something is out of place. Mm-hmm. And so if you really want to make my skin crawl, you know, open up your doors late. Opening up doors late, I'm very big on time.
Yes.
If Miss Michelle was on, she'll tell you, Harry is big on time, because people look at your time and they say, I don't think I want to come back to the event because the last time they opened up the doors 2 hours late. The main attraction didn't get on stage until 15 minutes to midnight. They put up all these shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and that's not what we came here for. And it puts a bad taste in you. Because that brand, they're not only talking about you, but they're looking at who all is connected to him, and then that trickles down to everybody that's connected. Mm-hmm. You know, so it makes it difficult, especially when you're partnered with someone else, and they look at the way that event went, and it's like, then that person goes over. So say I'm working with you, and then your wife Tammy comes along, and she wants to work with someone else who co-opted on an event with you, but they look back and say, "Oh, Tammy worked with Rodrick on an event, and it started late. Everybody had an attitude. Folks was half dressed. The food was nasty, and it was cold. Well, I don't know, Tammy. Let's try again on another event."
Let them know.
They have now paired the two. They've paired the two of you together Not being as husband and wife, I'm not putting you guys in that scenario as husband and wife. I'm putting you together as co-ops, on an event together.
Exactly.
Or a sponsorship on an event. And so you have to realize that being on time, my biggest work ethic is the 5 P's. Proper planning prevents poor performance.
Okay. I love
Proper planning prevents poor performance. And so that's where my brand is. That's my stamp right there. Anybody knows Harry. Harry is going to go over until the curtains open. He going to keep walking the floor. He going to keep checking. He going to keep pulling. He going to keep adjusting until the curtains open.
Yeah.
Because proper planning, I planned it out, but, time may have gotten away. We couldn't get into the venue on time. So it puts me in an area of feeling that I didn't complete the task that I was paid for.
Right.
And I've done events where I haven't been paid for. I've done events where people made hundreds of thousands of dollars and I didn't get a dime.
Oh, my goodness.
And
it's not going to work over here like that. I'm sorry. It's not going to work over here.
No, not with you. But there's been a lot of people that I've worked for, and I didn't expect anything, but sometimes it's good to just tell a person or show a person that you appreciate the work that they've done.
That's right.
We may not have talked about money, but it's always nice to just put a few dollars in a card and say thank you.
Exactly.
Or say, you know what, I don't have the funds right now to pay you, but let me take you out to lunch. Or can I treat you out to lunch? Or can I treat you out to a spa day? Because guess what? In return, that person's going to be like, you know what, Rodrick is a good man. He may not have the finances to do something big and grand, but he showed his appreciation. And showing your appreciation for an individual goes a long way, especially when you're at the beginning of your brand, the middle of your brand, and at the top of your brand. You have to show everybody that you work with that you appreciate them in some way, form, or fashion.
That's right. You're right about that. Come on, Harry. That's right.
Hey.
Lord have mercy.
It's so funny when we're doing the festival and like we have a submission date. So our submission dates are open and our deadline for the festival is February 28th. And we have so many people, oh, Miss Michelle, can you give me? She said, y'all got three hours left in this day because she shuts it down on Eastern Standard Time. So it's on the 28th at midnight. You got to the 28th midnight Las Vegas time.
Exactly.
To get your film in. not 12 o'clock midnight Atlanta time, which is a 3-hour time difference. But Michelle is also another individual that is good for branding. She is amazing at what she does. She does 100% of all of her graphics.
Yep.
She is a very stern woman.
Yes, she is.
She is a very giving woman. And I'm not just saying that because that's my friend. I'm giving that because we have a relationship. And she has gone to bat for me for some things. And I'm one of them people, just like you, Rodrick, don't talk about Harry. Don't lay your mouth on Harry.
That's right.
Those are fighting words.
That's right.
Harry is fighting words in a lot of people's mouth in Vegas, whether you know it or not. In different areas, you lay your lips on Harry, you're gonna have an issue. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a bad mother. Shut your mouth. But again, I try to keep to myself, mind my business, and leave everybody else's business alone.
Amen. Shout out to Miss Michelle, because the reason why I'm saying shout out to her, because she gave me the opportunity to be one of the musicians in a one woman show. So that opportunity was a chance of a lifetime. There's not many musicians in the city of Las Vegas that that basically can, far as Miss Michelle, that, can, she could approve of. That's basically what I'm saying. And as far as when she approved of me being the musician, I was like very truly honored to be her drummer for that one woman show. That was awesome. And thank you, Miss Michelle.
Because we are also in the plans of taking that one woman show on a tour. She revamped it. It's also very amazing. She has a new song out. If you guys go to Miss Michelle on Facebook, she has a single out, and it's amazing. It's an amazing song from one of her stage plays that she vamped into a music video and song that you get on iTunes and all of the musical platforms. But again, she's an amazing woman. She gives opportunities where opportunities aren't normally given.
That's right.
And she has an open heart, and her brand has been branded where she's an educator. She's a teacher. She's stern, but she's an educator. She's a teacher, and she's going to make sure that you properly understand where you're going and the direction that you're going. Because you can know where you're going. You can say, I want to go to a point. You can say, I want to go to Las Vegas, but are you going to go all the way up to, are you going to go up to somewhere at the top up north and then come down? No, she's going to give you direct instructions. You're going to go from point A to point B to C to D on down the alphabet, and she's not going to take you around the world to do it. She's going to be direct and straight to the point. And that's how we are with the Las Vegas Black Film Festival. That's April 28th through the 21st in Las Vegas, Nevada. You can go on LasVegasBlackFilmFestival.com. All one word. We have tickets, packages available. Our film submission and deadline is February 28th. February 28th. That's in 28 days, because we are now out of January. We just got into this year, and we are already into the second month. So January 28th is the deadline for submissions, films, videos for those. And I know this is a music platform. For those individuals who have music videos and you want to submit your music videos, animations, all of that, the platform is here. It's here. It's open. Use it for what it's worth. Use it for what it's worth.
That's right.
And use Rodrick's platform for what it's worth, because you never know what person is listening right now that is willing to invest in someone else's future. Not just for profit, but to help them grow and to help brand them into another and better themselves for years to come.
Come on now. Shout out to Tyler Gaston and my other engineer, Batman. He's listening to us right now in Baltimore, Maryland, right now as we speak.
Okay.
He's actually listening to us, and he's doing the engineering work as we speak right now, So shouts out to Tyler Gaston and Batman from Baltimore, Maryland. But as we close on this platform, but there's some things that people wants to hear.
Okay.
What is the best advice that you can give someone right now at this time to do the point A, point B, and point C? You don't have to go to the D and the E, F, and the G, but just to get started.
Do your research.
Okay.
Do your research on what you want to do. That's step number one, is do your research.
Okay.
Well, let me back up. First, you need to pray and ask God which direction you need to go in.
Yes, sir.
If this is an avenue for you. because our wants and desires sometimes are not, God to give you what you want and what you need, give you what you want, but he knows what you need.
That's right.
Pray and ask God for guidance. That's step number one. The second thing is do your work. Do your homework on what you are branding for. Look at how many people are in that area. Look at the type of designs and concepts that are in that brand that will make you stand out amongst the many. And then the third thing is do it legally, please. Go get your paperwork in order. Go get your LLCs. Pay your taxes. Pay the government. Render unto Caesar what Caesar is due.
That's right. I did that today.
Be legal, please. Saints and friends. Let's be legal in what we do.
That's right.
Our brown skin and people of color in all nationalities, let's be legal in what we do.
Amen.
Because you don't want it to come back and bite you in your behind in the end. So pray, do your research, and be legal. Those are the top three for me.
That's great knowledge. That's great knowledge. Now, do you have something positive that you want to say to the world right now to chop on, before we leave this platform?
So, something positive.
Mm-hmm.
The positive thing I could say is stay in the face of God. Stay humble. I have something that I picked up from a worship leader who she was bringing up something, and she was talking about a workshop that she did. Long story short, she said the musician kept leaving during the rehearsal at 6:33 p.m. She was like, I stay out of town. Look, I stay on the other end of town. Atlanta's not a quick zip around town for some people. But she said every day at 6:33, this man would get up off the organ. He'll be gone for about 2-3 minutes, and then he'll come back. She said, well, I was nosy, and she wanted to know. And she said, he said, I lead my day and my night by Matthew 6:33. It says, acknowledge God in all thy ways. It says, acknowledge God. And I started that path at the beginning of the year, and it has made such a divine impact on everything that I do from here on out.
Amen.
And so it says, Matthew 6:33 says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
Amen.
And that has made such a big impact, and that's what I leave people with today. Matthew 6:33, acknowledge God. Give God, or even if it's not God, whatever your religious time is, make a time to meditate and ground yourself so you can get a better understanding of what direction you need to go in, because things will fall into place where you take out spiritual time to meditate.
Yes, sir. God bless you, cousin. You made
God bless
this. You made this platform. You made this show, amazing show. Like I said, when we get on the phone, it's easy for us because we family. It made it so easy for us. So you always are welcome to this platform anytime. It says dignity had always gotten us through, and it is always a choice and not always the easy one. But the person or the people that I respected the most in life have made it again and again every single day. That's Madam Michelle Obama. Be blessed.
Join me as your host, Rodrick Swift, and boy, do I have the Swift sauce for you. Musicians Matters Podcast, live right here, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Wednesday on all digital platforms on Positive Power 21 Christian Media LLC. Let's go!
You're listening to Joe Slide Worldwide Podcast.